Hello, and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Galileo and the Sanctuary of Light. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we divide our meditation into 3 parts. The first part is where we ask our higher selves, which is the intuitive essence of your soul, it's your own inner voice, to take a form for you, so that whatever form that is, it can bring a kind of energy that supports you and uplifts you at that moment. So you ask that form, and then we draw it into our bodies, and we sit in meditation as our higher self. I'll make a little om sound so that you can push the button on your apparatus and meditate for as long as you like. In the second part of our meditation, we imagine that we're reaching up into the cosmos and pulling down an exquisite beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down to your solar plexus. This is the center of the emotional body. And from here, we radiate that white light out across our planet, back up into the sky. And all we do in this second part of the meditation is that we breathe in through our nose and draw the white light down. As we exhale, we laser the white light out across the planet and back into the sky. And just using that kind of breath and that meditation will take you deeply into yourself, into expanded consciousness. In the third part of the meditation, each week, people send to us ideas for how we can take our peaceful, meditative state and offer it into any situation in the world. This week, here in the United States of America, we are celebrating today Father's Day. And so, wherever you are in this world, I think it's so important to take a moment or a day and honor fathers who have participated by creating the next generation, by creating structure, and by protecting all of the essence energy of fathering, which I feel is beginning to grow around this world, how the essence of fathering becomes more and more humane, even though we seem to see the opposite. But we're seeing the love of fathers, we're seeing the connection of family, and this is very important to reflect back to all fathers, not just the ones that are bringing forth babies, but the fathering of ideas, the fathering of countries, the fathering of communities, of families. That energy is so important, and we want to honor that on this day. So we'll bring all the fathers of the world into our mind's eye and ask them what frequency of light they need from us to really amplify the gift of choosing in this incarnation to be and to carry the fathering energy. So let's begin. We'll begin with breath. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. And now twice as slowly exhale through your mouth. And once again, breathe in through your nose. Hold and exhale slowly through your mouth. Ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take form for you at this moment. It matters not what form it takes. It could be a horizon, a star, a being, a light, a tree, an animal, an equation. Ask your higher self to take form and see what form it shows you at this moment. And whatever form that is, ask your higher self to touch the place in your body where you hold your divine essence, your divine source at this moment. It matters not where your higher self touches you, but ask it to touch you and focus on that point. And begin to breathe in and out through that point. And as you open that point and draw your higher self into your body, feel that every cell of your body is carrying that energy connected to your higher self at this moment. Reach up into the cosmos with your consciousness and draw down, magnetize to you a beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, through your heart, down into your stomach, your solar plexus. And from there, as you exhale, laser that light out across the planet, back into the sky, and just continue. Breathe in, draw the light down, exhale, radiate the light out from you across the planet and back into the sky, and just continue that pattern. Draw into your mind's eye all of the fathers and those who carry the fathering energy. So bring them into this massive group of fathering energy. And ask them what frequency of light from you will convey to them and support their fathering essence and all that they do and are in the name of fathering. And reach up into the cosmos and pull down exactly that color of light that they ask for from you. Light is the cosmic language. It manifests and connects everything. Draw that color down into your solar plexus and laser that light, that color, out to all the fathers and all those who carry that fathering energy in our world. Feel yourself extending the fathering frequency to support it and amplify it. Good. When you feel that all the fathers have connected to that, we're going to open our eyes. And open your eyes. And happy Father's Day to all of you who are carrying that fathering energy. We do have a second part to this Sunday meditation. It's called Knowings. And again, from around the world, people send in questions each week that they would like for us to focus upon in order to clarify and illuminate and uplift our energy and all of those who are participating. Alison will tell us the questions that have come for this week. Alison?
The first question is from Amersham, England.
England.
Chris, my question is about secrets. Why are there so many secrets in governments, families, corporations, religious orders, and on through all civilizations from the beginning of time? I feel so suffocated by these endless deep secrets in humanity. Would just love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, from England.
Yeah. My thoughts might surprise you, but I'll begin by saying that the crux of it, whether it's one person or it's a government or it's a community, is the fear of others. The fear that if the others knew the secrets, that they would be judged or or lose their power, or that a typical governmental excuse is that the masses could not handle the truth. The deep fear there is that those who maintain power over others do not want others to self-govern. And so it's easier to say they couldn't handle it. No, I know that you and I and all of the world, we might wrestle with it and we might disagree, but we would be able to use it as part of the illumination and the choices we make to create a better world. But what I want to say to you is never mind those secrets. If you really want to know a secret, look to your higher self. Higher self, what's the secret I need to become aware of at this moment that will help me to live my life better or to participate in the world in a better way? Otherwise, their secrets, no matter what they are, they matter not. They may have a secret that you think would change the way you live. But the truth is, only you can change the way you live and what happens to you and how you wield it. So other secrets, they're secondary. And of course, interestingly, what are the secrets that each one of us carry? And if you think of those that you're carrying, you will see what I'm saying, that you carry them because you have an illusion. It may be a psychogenetic imprint that you've inherited, that if others knew that secret about you, it would change how they relate to you. In truth, all humans are psychic. All humans have access to the thoughts, the feelings, and the energies of others. And so it's only, does it behoove you? Does it help you to hear those or not? Or does it just keep you caught in what we call the light is the pot, stirring around in that pot? There's no evolution there. You enter the fray. Much more importantly is for you to focus on what have you got to illuminate, to share, to open out into the world around you, because that's your destiny and your purpose. Great love. Allison?
The next question number 2, is from Volos, Greece.
Hello, Greece.
Whenever I meet a dear old friend of mine, she talks only about our adventures together in our youth. Although I love her and she's a relative, I am tiring of hearing of the old times. I've moved on and I'm no longer interested in talking about the past over and over. My question to you, Chris, is, are her memories holding both of us in a crystallized evolutionary pattern? If so, how do I remove myself from this without offending?
No one can hold you in an old patterning in reality if you respond to the energies outside you from a place of truth in you. And so first, what I want to say to you is that that person is going over the old memories. It's her way of saying, I love you and I need you. I need for us to be close together as we were. And so if you know that, then you might have a little more compassion for that in her. But there is a way out of that. And that is to listen carefully. What are the memories about? What were you doing together? Look at the themes of what you were doing together, and then begin to take her into a place where the two of you have the potential of coming together in new ways. For example, you could say, I really loved it when we went swimming at the beach together. That was so much fun. And you know, today, because of that, I think, I really still love the beach. Maybe sometime we could go again to the beach. Do you still go to the beach? And so you create a question that allows her to talk about herself now. And from that, you can begin to build and watch for and listen for ways that you can connect to the now and ways that are meaningful to you. Another way to do that is to say, you know, in my life today, what's really important to me is, whatever's important to you. Maybe it's friendship, maybe it's something that you feel is important that you do to help this world, and you could talk about that, and suddenly you will have a new conversation because she will respond and say, oh yes, for me as well. And that's where you suddenly have a place to come back together in the present, opening to the future. And lastly, I would say, one of the things that I've learned is that when we speak from our hearts, if someone is offended, it's for them to work with. It's something that they need to explore inside themselves. We needn't be so afraid that we will offend someone, that we will bind ourselves, so to speak, as you're talking about, in an evolutionary path. The only thing that's binding you is your willingness to not be you. So be you, and listen to her, and take the threads and construct new openings, new conversations that have to do with what you both love and who you are now. You can always tie that back into, because of the friendship or the love we had, I find I'm a much more loving person today. Whatever. And then sharing what's yours, and finding that her response will give you an opportunity to connect into the future. Sometimes there are people in our lives who don't belong in our life for today. And so we let them go. It doesn't mean that we push them away. It's simply that we go on, and we know that that's okay, that they go on as well. And if you explore her and listen on a psychic level to her, you may discover that she also has gone on, but thinks that you haven't, and that that's the only way that she can connect to you. That's what I call the cosmic giggle. Try that. Great love. Allison?
The last question is from Orange Beach, Alabama, in the U.S.A.
Mm-hmm.
I am deeply disturbed by the prevalence of blame on the planet, especially the type of untruthful blame that uses others as scapegoats to absolve the one or the many. Chris, what does this do spiritually to the blamers?
Oh, what a great question, because there is the aspect of why we blame. We blame others. It's what my higher self calls self-righteousness. Because if we can blame them, then we don't have to be guilty. And around the world, in all the cultures and all the religions and in all of the societies, we have this difficulty of blame. And it's time for us to outgrow this as a species, as a spiritual entity, because we are one soul family on this planet. And so the thing about blaming someone else removes us from the fear that someone will punish us or choose to disconnect from us because it's our fault. And that has been seeded from time primordial. But the downside of that is that if you're blaming someone else, you're giving them all the power. And therefore you become the victim. And here's where that ties into the question you had. What happens to them spiritually when they blame the others? You see, unconsciously or at the bottom, in the shadow, in the whispers, in the dreams, we know that we participate. Even if we could righteously say, no, it's their fault. But somehow we are part of that, aren't we? And so when you give away the power to someone else, the result is for you not only that you become a victim, but that you're not using the purpose of your life. So what happens with blame on a spiritual level is that if you do not take responsibility, you cannot grow. And what we must learn is that we can be responsible for making mistakes or doing something wrong and correct it and go on. That's called evolution. If we sit stubbornly and say, not my fault, we're caught. And so it slows and closes us off from the illumination that comes with the evolution. That's why we are on the planet. Every day we have the opportunity to evolve, to say, oh, that doesn't speak of me now. I will change it. And again, as I was talking about before, the power of self-governing, the power of making the choices for ourselves individually and collectively. That's our future. And so those who blame, and yes, and certainly we're seeing that again and again politically and religiously and in so many ways here in the United States. And it's removing us from being templates of possibilities of how to live, how to have a world in which everyone has a part. And so blaming the others, first of all, it's negative. And so if you're spewing negativity, not only does it come back to you, like attracts like, but it's poisonous to yourself. And lastly, it takes a tremendous amount of energy to blame everyone else, because you have to keep justifying inside yourself because of this, because. And so it wears you down, it takes your energy, and that happiness that you had as a child, that illumination, that seeing the best in others or in the world dissolves away, and you pay for it in your own life, in your happiness, in the choices that you make. Let us not blame. Let us take responsibility with a little giggle. Oops, I did that. I can fix it because I see that I did. I can say I'm sorry. I can make a gesture. I can release myself from punishing myself for it. And I can embrace who I am as a part of a spiritual family on this planet. Great love and giggles to each and all of you. Don't blame.